The next item that we're going to cover here is how to edit and add new pianos to the used pianos section here. So here you can see the catalog, you can see the types that they are sortable by, you can look at just digitals, you can look at just grands, you can look at just uprights, and you can also filter by the brand of the piano. So to do that, here on the menu, we just come down, right down here to Used Pianos, and we click on that. And we can see a list of all of the used pianos that are currently on the site. So to edit one of these, we can come down and click, and I mean, right now they're titled by, obviously, the brand, so it can be a little confusing. Obviously, there's a lot of Yamahas here, but you can also see the image so that you know which one you are you're editing. And again, it is very useful to have a tab open for the back and the front at the same time. So if you're looking for a particular Yamaha, then, you know, it's easy enough, I think, typically to come right here, and let's see, we're looking for this black one. It's a Yamaha, and it looks like it's a digital as well. So we'll come right here, and here we can see that one right here. So we'll just go ahead and click on that. And up comes a form. So we're going to also add another one, just a practice one after this, but I wanted you to see what one looks like when it's completely filled out. So right up here we can see that it's a Yamaha. Over here on the side is where we decide which categories it's going to go in. So this one is a digital, so we've clicked that. If we need to change it, again, we can just check and uncheck. And then if it's not a Yamaha and it's something else, again, we can uncheck and check something else instead. Obviously it's a Yamaha, so we don't want to do that. If there's a price, you put that right here. Obviously, on a lot of the used pianos, the price is not posted online. Again, you don't have to use all of these fields. A lot of the pianos do not include this information, but if you have it, this is where you're going to put it in. Serial number, the series, if it's eligible or not for the trade-up policy. This is where the featured image goes. So, you know, that's the one that shows up here in the main gallery of all of the pianos, and it's also the one that shows up when you click on it here as the featured image once you click into the product. So that is where this one goes. And then additional images go right down here, just in this part that's called additional images. And those are the ones that show up here as the additional gallery images that you can click through to see other views and details of the piano. If you want to add a video, if you've got somebody playing the piano, the particular one that you're showing, you can add that right here. You just put the URL in there and it will add a video to the gallery right down here. It'll just show up as a little YouTube icon, and when they click on it, the video will appear up here in this top part. And if you've got some additional information, anything you want to say about the piano, it doesn't look like currently you guys have that on the existing site. You don't really describe them, but if you want to, you can write, you know, a description here, and this is what it will just push this information down as you write more information in here. So if you did want to say quite a bit about this piano, you could easily, I'm just putting in some Latin placeholder text, paste all of that in there and hit update, and here is our description of the piano right here. Now we're going to go ahead and add a new one. We can do that from right here, or we can go to the used pianos, and again it's just right up here at the top, add new. And basically we're just going to be presented with a blank form for this same thing. So let's now we're going to pretend like there is a new brand of piano, or not new, but a brand of piano that isn't already in our list over here. So let's go ahead and just call it new brand of piano for the heck of it. We'll put in a price. We'll put in a size. We'll say it's available for that. We'll just go ahead and use one of the images that's already in here for something else. If it weren't in your library, so at first it brings you to your library. If you want to get a different images, you'd just come right over here to Upload Files. You'd hit Select Image, Select File, and then you can browse on your computer or wherever else it might be that you need to get that image from. But for now, we're just going to use one that's already in the media library. We'll hit there. That's going to be our featured image. Again, this is our additional images. So we'll come right here. Again, we'll just grab some more so that we don't litter it up with images we don't need in the media library here. Here's our additional images. Let's go ahead and just add a YouTube video just for the heck of it. So I just found a, oh yeah, it doesn't let you enter it right here, so we have to come right here and say add video. Now we get our URL. We can push that in there, and then we get a preview of what that is as well, a little bit of a preview. And let's go ahead and just, again, add a little bit of text here, just so we see what one looks fully filled out. So now we've got all of our items added here. We definitely need to remember to categorize this, otherwise it's not going to show up anywhere once you start clicking filter buttons in the used piano shop. If you don't assign it to one of these or multiples of these, then once you start clicking, that piano will just disappear from the main view. So this one is obviously an upright. So let's go ahead and add it to the upright category. And then, since again, it's a new brand of piano in this instance, and I'll delete this later so it doesn't confuse things, you can add a new category, and we're just going to say new brand here. We'll go ahead and click add. So there's our new brand now that we've added it. I think we've got everything filled out. Let's go ahead and publish this guy. Once that's done, we'll come over here to the front. We will refresh. There is our new brand of piano. And here in the list, here's also our new brand, so we can click that, and now we've just got the one showing up here. I'll use types. So yeah, that is basically how to add that. Here's where some of those details show up. It might be nice to get some more of those details in here so that people kind of have a little bit of information before they click into it. It's nice to see these things like the year and the size, etc. But in any case, that is how you add a used piano. One of the nice things about this is this won't end up getting littered up if there's nothing in a category. So if there's nothing in the Mason and Hamlin, or if there's nothing in the new brand category, it will simply disappear from the list, and yet you will be able to click it again later. So if we come back here and we uncheck this from the new brand and we add it to Baldwin, let's say, instead, and we click update, we come over here, here's the new brand, but once we refresh it, since there's nothing in the new brand category anymore, it disappears from the list. So this list will stay clean. If there's nothing in that category will disappear from the list. Otherwise, as we know, since there are literally thousands of brands of pianos, this list could get crazy long, but it will only show if there's something in that category. You can see that adding a little bit of description here also really helps in distinguishing one used piano from the next, because you can read a little bit about it as well as seeing the image, the year, etc. Just makes it that much simpler. It's also going to be easier for people to find it online if they're typing in some keywords, if there are some keywords to latch onto here. Once the piano is sold, really all you need to do is just go ahead and hit trash on this, and it will go to the trash. Since these are all one-of-a-kinds, I can't think of any reason that you would need to be able to keep those. Yeah, I mean, you can still retrieve it from the trash. If you accidentally throw one away, it's still there, and you can restore it. It won't stay in the trash indefinitely. After a matter of weeks or so, the trash will get emptied on the site, and that listing will go away permanently. But yeah, I think that's probably the easiest thing for you guys to do. If you do have a particular order that you want the pianos to show up in, let's say, for instance, you really want to sell this Yamaha down here, this Yamaha Grand, and you feel like this position is not conducive to that, you can easily come down here. You can find that particular Yamaha Grand. Let's see, that one. Here it is. And we can drag it just up in the list. And then when we refresh, here it is, right up at the top position in the list. I think that's really it as far as the used pianos listing. That should allow you to update these, order these, add new pianos as you see fit, get them in the correct categories so that they're all filterable. Thanks.